Have you ever wondered why your life seems stuck in a cycle? Why do some people appear to experience daily miracles while others are always struggling? Perhaps you've prayed, waited, and yet nothing has changed. What if I told you that you've been deceived all along? The world we live in is designed to limit you. From an early age, we are taught that God is a distant figure we must obey, fear, and patiently wait for His intervention. But here's the truth no one wants you to know. The real power of God is within you, waiting to be activated. This isn't something I made up, it's in the Bible. In Genesis 1:26, God says, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness." Think about that. In the image and likeness of God. Not as inferior beings, not as spiritual beggars. This means you were created to manifest divine power here on earth. But they don't want you to know this. Governments, religions, corporations, all rely on keeping you ignorant. Because a person who knows their true power cannot be controlled. Now stop and think. When was the last time you questioned your idea of God? Not within a church, but in your heart? We've been programmed to accept without questioning, to believe that questioning is a sin. But Jesus, the greatest example of faith and divine power, was never afraid to question. He challenged traditions, confronted religious leaders, and revealed truths no one wanted to hear. In John 10:34, he says, "You are gods." Have you ever stopped to consider the weight of that statement? Jesus wasn't speaking to angels or special beings. He was speaking to ordinary people like you and me. So why is this idea so frightening to the system? Because if you believe you are divine, who can control you? They'd rather have you believe in a distant God, a God you must beg for help, than recognize that the Creator has given you the power to transform your own life. And those at the top, they know this. They don't pray like you do. They don't ask for miracles. They create them. They've understood something few people grasp. God is not outside of you. God is within you, waiting for you to use that power. But maybe you're thinking, if this is true, why doesn't my life reflect that power? The answer lies in your thoughts. In Proverbs 23:7, it's written, "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." What you believe about yourself determines your reality. While most people think in terms of lack, fear, and doubt, those who truly understand divine power think in abundance, faith, and action. They know the universe doesn't respond to what you wish for, but to what you believe. This is why prayer often seems ineffective for so many. It's not that God doesn't hear you, it's that you don't truly believe. Jesus made it clear in Mark 11:24, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours." Notice, believe that you have received it. Don't ask as someone who doubts. Declare as someone who already possesses. The powerful live by this principle. They don't wait for things to happen. They create reality through faith and intention. Every thought they have is a command to the universe. Now let me ask you something. What's stopping you from living this truth? Is it fear, doubt, or the programming you received as a child telling you that questioning is wrong? Here's the biggest secret you were never told. God doesn't fear your questions. In fact, He encourages them. In Jeremiah 33:3, God says, "Call to me, and I will answer you, and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." Do you see? He wants you to explore, question, and discover. But the system doesn't want this. They've created an image of God as a judging, punishing entity who controls and limits. Why? Because as long as you fear God the wrong way, you'll never see the true God, the God who lives within you. Jesus understood this. That's why he said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." John 8:32. But freedom is scary. It requires responsibility, because when you understand that God works through you, there are no more excuses. Now you might be thinking, but this is too hard. How can I start? The answer is simple, yet powerful. Renew your mind. In Romans 12:2, Paul writes, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God." This means letting go of old thoughts of weakness and limitation and replacing them with thoughts of power and possibility. It's not about waiting for God to do something for you. It's about aligning with God so He can do something through you. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of fear, doubt, and failure, that's what you'll harvest. But if you plant faith, courage, and determination, what do you think will grow? The powerful understand this. They tend to their thoughts like a treasure. They know that every idea, every intention is a seed shaping the future. And here's the most important point. God is not limited by your circumstances. He doesn't see your lack of resources, your past, or your mistakes. He sees the infinite potential He placed within you. In Ephesians 3:20, it's written, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us." Notice, according to His power that is at work within us. God works through you, not outside of you. But the question is, do you believe this? Are you willing to let go of everything you've been taught and embrace the truth? Because when you do, something extraordinary happens. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the creator of your reality. This is the truth the powerful don't want you to know, but now you know. So what will you do with this knowledge? Will you continue living as before, accepting a limited version of God and yourself? Or will you start living as who you truly are, an extension of the Creator, with the power to transform the world around you? The choice is yours. But remember, time waits for no one. Every second you remain in fear and doubt, you waste the gift God has given you. Rise up, think big, act with faith, because the God who created the universe also lives within you, ready to transform your life. Now it's your turn to decide.